The product itself basically is eco-positive because, yes, we take waste and we produce a new product from it.
Cool.
You have to think of mycelium as a new materiality next to stone or concrete or metal
Yeah.
because it kind of has a special haptic.
Driving this boat, and we had a jacuzzi on the boat, and we were going past, and like we'd go past the couples on the boat, and like the guy would be pretending not to look, and the woman was like watching us go, and they're like, girls like, woo! Oh my God. It's so funny. Furniture made from mushrooms. This week on the show, we've got Andy. Andy started a business called Rund. We did this interview in the summertime, finally bringing it out now. He's going to talk about how he came up with the concept of using mycelium to make furniture. If you're liking the video so far, give us a like and a follow, and I hope you enjoy this interview. Basically, I just want to kind of start off with what inspired you to start this project?
What inspired me to start?
Yeah, how did you come up with the concept? Because, I mean, we've got one here.
Yeah.
This is the product.
One of the products. Yeah.
One of the products. Yeah.
Well, what inspired me, basically, I didn't have a job, so that inspired me, that actually drove me to do something. And I was actually freelancing, so I kind of had work, but
What was your freelance doing?
I was doing interior design for clients here in Prenzlauer Berg and Mitte.
Mm-hmm.
But I really noticed that working with one client directly isn't like really what brings joy to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like a lot of stress. You really have to find a balance of what can be done and what does the client actually want, and you really like have to guide the client to this goal, which is like it's a pretty hard job actually.
The interior design aspect.
Even though it was fun to create interiors, but yeah, it's kind of hard to find like the balance of what you design and then what the client actually wants.
And how did you come up with the concept of using a fungus to make furniture?
So a friend of mine, he was working at another job called Stadtbucht Homes, and his boss, she kind of owns an old building in Wedding, where she has a lot of loft.
Like what, she had a loft space and stuff?
Yes, exactly. Where she had like loft spaces that needed, those were used for offices. And
There was fungus and a chair accidentally grew, and you was like, what an idea.
yeah, almost. She was looking for a way to divide the room, like the space properly, and she didn't want to put in a drywall. He told me about the problem, and we were then looking for material. Our idea was to design a modular room divider. We were looking for materials, and all of the materials that are natural, as wood or concrete, kind of have a big ecological impact still. So we found mycelium.
Okay.
Mycelium, the way it's used or how we use it, was developed by an artist from New York.
Mm-hmm.
I think like almost 20 years ago at this point.
So the concept has been used before?
Yes, the concept was being used before, but the thing is that this artist, who at this point built like a very big company out of it, just called Ecovative, put on a patent on it, so
Yes.
no other company could use the technology.
Right. So what did you think how have you got around the patent then to start this?
So we found out about the concept, and then just started to use the material because you could order it online. It's super expensive, like doesn't make any sense to order it from the company and then like grow it all by yourself.
Right.
Because it's like economically it wouldn't make any sense.
So you making the product yourself, but you're not using his pattern.
I have to think of course how to answer that question. It's pretty tough actually doing an interview like that.
No stress. You're just getting your hair cut. You
Yeah.
know, just having a conversation.
True. So we are using basically the same materials to get you to know it better. The composite, or the substrate as we call it, is from hemp straw and a sponge.
Okay.
So we take the mycelium from tinder sponge, and put it into the hemp straw, then mix it together, then
Yes.
it's put into bags. It sits there for a few days and it kind of develops.
Okay.
So we can take that, it's like the ready-made substrate then, and we can take that out of the bag and put it into a certain form. So
Right, okay, so then it sets.
it sets and it grows into the form within a few days. And this is the technology that we're kind of using, which was patented by this New Yorker artist. But the thing is, they opened the patent end of last year. But before that, we started in 2020.
Bit unfair that you can own a patent for
Right.
thing, right?
Actually, yes, but it actually existed for a long time. And the company didn't come very far with it because their goal was also to commercialize this materiality. You have to think of mycelium as a new materiality next to stone or concrete or metal,
Yeah.
because it kind of has a special haptic. It feels.
What do you think is the main idea behind it, to go with furniture and stuff like that? Or are you thinking, like you said, it was a false wall that you kind of came up with the concept?
Yes,
You know, like everything has false walls, you know, and it's possibly a good insulation. Is it something that on a bigger scale it could be used in the future to do a house, you know, to keep it insulated? I mean, it's more economical because it's more environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
Is that the sort of end goal with it, or is it a moment just trying to make nice pieces of furniture with it?
The possibilities are quite wide because there are already companies out there doing insulation
Yeah.
with the material, but I'm not quite sure how they are actually used already, like when housing is built. I have one friend who actually wants to follow that path with us. He
Wants to go down the whole like
wants to do it with us.
building route,
Because
maybe.
he really sees the opportunity. He's an architect, also working for a big firm right now here in Berlin, and has quite some free time now.
That's good. Architects know all about materials and building and stuff like that, so it's good to have someone's knowledge maybe around for that if you want to go in that direction. And how long have you been running the business for?
So we started experimenting with all of that beginning of 2023. It was actually in first week of January, because we've had the idea and a dinner to talk about the concept with my friends and my partner's boss.
Yeah.
I'm doing this whole thing with a partner,
Yeah.
called Max. She's been actually giving us money to start with the first concept, and
Yeah.
so we've done that. And during 2023, we've come up with the idea of doing acoustic panels.
Ah, good idea.
Because the material, it has super good acoustic qualities. It has like this certain texture. It feels like a sponge, but also like very velvety.
I've got some friends who built my music studio for me.
Yeah.
These guys, QS1, they're great guys set in Berlin, and that's what they do. They renovate their studios and build studios for people. I could possibly introduce you guys, because they're constantly building panels and stuff like that. It could be cool to see, like, number one, what's the costs compared and stuff. But I reckon it'd be quite cool to do a test to see how much like absorption it actually does.
Actually, yes, we already have a certificate that proves how much
absorption it does.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because that could kind of be interesting, you know? Like, I mean, there's a lot of musicians in Berlin as well, and this sort of thing could be interesting to them, you know? Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, true. That might be a market, but we are also not pretty sure what the future holds, because we are kind of going into a few directions at this point. So we've done the acoustic panels for like a youth club.
Yeah.
Because, as I said, the material has good acoustic qualities.
Yeah.
And we've done, because it's 100% sustainable and actually eco-positive, because we are using the hemp straw, which is like a byproduct that farmers, like hemp producers from, say, let's say Brandenburg, where we also get our hemp from.
I get what you're saying, yes. How easy is it to come by the stuff that you're using to make this?
We have one contact from Brandenburg right now, which is totally enough for us. We are currently, I think, how much are we using per week right now? Maybe like 50 kilos of hemp straw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the form, it's like this. So the form would be this big. How big does it start off in when you put it in?
It is 10% bigger, I would say. But then again, this one isn't completely baked off because
Yeah.
it still has some.
So you would put something in that's like small and it grows like this.
No, actually, you put it into a form and then it grows into the form, and then you have to bake it. Like after getting it out of the form, you have to bake it off. So
Right,
it
okay.
kind of shrinks.
No, about getting the products and getting the materials. You're saying like you've got a contact.
I have a contact in Brandenburg because Brandenburg they have like really sandy soil, which is like perfect conditions for hemp growing, which is why a lot of farmers switched at this point. So
Okay.
the thing is, we are using basically a byproduct of what they're producing when they're doing like yarn from hemp and stuff like that. So the product itself basically is eco-positive because yes, we take waste and we produce a new product from it.
Cool.
Yeah, so we've done the youth club, then we've done, at this point,
You had a new customer this week, right?
quite a new customer, I mean the jewelry designer.
I'm not sure because we changed the appointment because you said you got an order in on.
No, that was actually another one that was for A6 because they're doing an event on Saturday.
ASICS, the trainers,
ASICS,
the
trainers.
running. Oh, right, okay.
Okay, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, it's the marathon in 2
True.
weeks, so maybe they're doing.
They're having like a little event at Soho House, and
Yeah.
they've asked us to do like pedestals for them.
Ah, cool.
So because the whole product needs like a full week to grow, I would say like 4 days in the form, then you take it out of the form.
Yeah.
And so we have to create a mold for that, take it out of the molding, and then like this product, it has like this super soft texture that almost is like a foam. It's called a second skin that we let grow on top of the actual product.
There's like different types of texture at the end.
Yeah, I brought you this one. If you turn this one upside down, you will see the first texture that it would
Okay.
like
So this one
actually had. And the other side, this is like the actual form.
feels a bit harder.
And you also see like the hemp
Yeah.
straws still, but you also see like the white parts between, which is the mycelium. It acts like a glue, so it basically sticks together the hemp straw.
That's interesting.
Yes, we cut this thing with Essex, and then
Yeah, because ASICS, a big company. That's nice.
we are happy to have been asked because we just at this point need people to see it.
Yeah. Are you showing it anywhere in Berlin?
Actually, until today, we've been at Fotograf Fiska at the museum shop.
Okay. Is there like sort of like signs on it to say what it is and things, or is it just?
Exactly,
Yeah.
that was there, but because they currently didn't have like the proper space, they were
Yeah.
pretty impressed about the product, but they didn't have like the space to show it. So we took it back and are now waiting for them to have like a new curation. And we got in contact with Fotograf Fiska because we were doing like a torso, like a female torso for a jewelry designer
Yeah.
who also is selling her products at Fotograf Fiska shop. So that was like, we did an event and then they've seen our products, like her product and ours. So it's like a point of sales system
Yeah.
that we've developed.
Have you got some big investment and stuff like that to get things going, or are you still keeping things a bit smaller?
Actually, we're kind of keeping it still small, but on the hunt.
You're on the hunt, yeah? What's the sort of avenues you've gone down, like sort of angel investors?
Exactly. Actually, we're looking for an angel investor, but are still figuring out like our pitch deck, are still collecting little jobs. So we have a better idea of what we're selling in the end.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many possibilities right now. We just have to focus on one direction.
Yeah. I think Berlin is good for this as well. It's quite a good place to find these sort of investors. When I started my business, it was sort of overwhelming the different places that you could try and get funding. It's a full application form into doing it, and it becomes almost the job rather than the product. So I found that having one person on that was useful rather than both of you trying to do it, because it can feel quite overwhelming trying to get funding, especially at the beginning. I noticed. Angel investor funding, VC obviously is on another level. They want to see real big results, especially now. But yeah, I think it's definitely a lot of avenues in Berlin. One thing that we did look at, which you might be interested in, was university funding. So universities, they do like funding for startups in Berlin, and they do this program where it's 1 year.
Yeah.
And they advise you, they pay you up to a team of 4 to 5 people, like 2,500 per month per employee. And then that gives you a chance to be able to work full time on the business. We applied for it and we missed out because there was one piece of information that was wrong, and they said you could apply again, but because you'd got to have applied within 6 months of starting the business, we'd just gone over that threshold. So we couldn't do it, but like it could be worth looking into, like universities. Nice. Maybe afterwards I will send you some contact information for who we did that with, because that was quite useful.
That's a nice idea, actually.
Yeah.
It's crazy what kind of like fundings you can get.
I think it's good is Berlin for certain things. I mean, they have all these like initiatives to help startups and things like that, but then they also like, it's like quite complicated to start a business in the beginning, right?
Totally. I mean, especially you did that as a stranger.
I did that and I couldn't even speak German.
Not bad. I have to check that out.
Yeah. So I think as I cut your partners there recently, and he was telling me that he's left his job and he's gone to, he's got a new job, right? He applied for...
He actually,
Where was he going to work?
Flight attendant at Swiss Air.
Swiss Air, yeah.
It's so crazy. I'm sweating like a whore. Honestly, I wouldn't have expected it to be like that.
What, you mean the weather today?
No, not the weather today, but the interview itself. Crazy. I felt like in school, honestly.
Nice, okay. I can't tell.
Obviously.
Yeah, so
he got the job, so he's starting in December.
Yeah.
He's going there, he's like moving to Zurich basically for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Going there to school, and then he's basically starting to fly.
Nice.
Yeah, and then it's like only short flights within Europe.
Yeah.
For a month, and then he's starting the longer flights already.
Nice.
And good thing about it is that I can basically fly whenever I want with him for free, basically.
Oh yeah, so you're going to get like cheaper flights.
Insane, actually.
Is it like free or actually?
You basically just have to pay the VAT, and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, which won't be much. He can, he'll be flying for free, but for me it's like just a VAT.
What you got planned for this weekend? Are you doing anything?
Actually going to a birthday on Friday, and then not staying too long because Saturday morning I already have to deliver the pedestals for Soul House, for the Essex event, and then actually working, I think, just the whole Saturday.
It's quite, starting a business at the beginning, it just consumes your life totally.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yes.
Enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like work always.
No, of course, fun, but it's also like something all the time. Are you on social media with the business?
I mean, we kind of got pressured to launch because we were spontaneously invited to Copenhagen. So we actually were on the fair during Fashion Week.
Oh, okay.
It was called Copenhagen International Fashion Fair. Yeah, and we were on a stand called Neudeutsch Collective.
Yeah.
Curated by Julian Danoff. Yeah, and we were standing basically next to amazing brands like Objekte unserer Tage, Daluma.
Oh, yeah. So why did that force you to have to...
I mean, it kind of forced us because we were kind of waiting for the right moment, and we are kind of, too perfectionist sometimes, so we don't want to post anything that's like not amazing. But then we took like pictures of me and my partner between our objects and the things we've created until this point, and it came out pretty cute.
I mean, what you could do is like sort of a real fresh start, and you want things to be done in the right way, is like speak to some of these like social media marketing people.
Yeah.
And like they may be able to come up with a totally good concept for how to market this. I've got a friend and she's like social media expert, you know, like she's
really?
super, yeah, she's amazing. Like she helped her partner get from like 2,000 followers to 100,000 followers
No
in 1
way.
year. Yeah. I mean,
With-
he's
with the proper
yeah. He's like, but she does all sorts of for all sorts of people and stuff. And I know there's other people out there that do this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But it could be good, like, you know, I want to start this off on the right foot. I want it to have this aesthetic. I know from looking at your social media as well, it's like very nice, you know, like
My personal
your
one,
personal one.
yeah.
It's like, you know, nice
But-
apartment, nice view. It's very aesthetically looking. So I can imagine you want to do
Yeah.
something similar with your business.
True, actually. I mean, but yeah, the thing is, we kind of got lazy also with the Mies van der Platte account. But yeah, we really have to translate like enthusiasm to Rund Instagram because, I mean, we love producing the products, but social media is like not my strength and neither the strength of my partner.
Yeah, this is why someone like this could actually help you, you know? They could be like, this is what you need to do.
I mean,
you
like-
can even like do the videos from them and send them to them and they edit it together.
True.
But like, you know, people also like to see a sort of behind the scenes of like how businesses are started and how things are growing. And
I like doing aesthetically pleasing pictures for myself and then posting them for just aesthetic reasons, but like selling a product and having something like a company behind it is a completely different task.
but yeah, every company has a face, even from
true.
the biggest company there is. So as long as you can get used to being the face, then you get more comfortable at it, and that could also work. But yeah, I think you'd either go for this strategy of getting an expert to give you some advice, or just start doing it and then like learn from it. I
You
mean,
really just have to decide and don't have to think about it too much.
I think when I was doing Synth Swap, I just started posting. I was trying to post like 5 times a week, which was a little bit of a mistake because at the time I was trying to think of really good content and what's engaging, and it was basically taking up all of my time trying to think of social media stuff to post. But now I'm like sort of using social media in a different way on TikTok and stuff where it's more real. Like I just talk to the camera about what I'm doing and what my thoughts are, and it seems to get more engagement than me doing a perfectly edited video of, like, a perfectly edited video works well for YouTube and stuff because people are like more engaged and sat down and stuff. But when someone's just flicking through, they want to see something quickly entertaining, not like, oh, look at us packing this box for Synth Swap and all this sort of stuff. It didn't work so well. So, but I think a lot of it is trial and error.
Yeah, true. I mean, we've been collecting video materials from
That's
the very
good.
beginning.
That's good.
Like even from beginning of 2023 when we were in Tiergarten looking for this certain Tinder spawns, okay?
Yeah.
To putting it into a form and then seeing it growing not as we wanted to. And we thought we would probably never show, but maybe at some point.
No, I mean, it's content. So, I mean, seeing a fungi growing in nature and then it being used to make furniture or whatever, I think that's something that people would love to see. I think that I'd be engaged by that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we just have to start. I have some content that I've prepared already. I just have to get it out.
Yeah. Keeping a bit of an angle to it out here, just so it's I can put some more texture on this corner and stuff.
Okay. So I'm not sure if I need too much volume here. How would you recommend it? Because I feel like I'm only styling those in the front and those are like lying to the sides.
I mean, I can definitely bring this up a bit more square so we can take out a bit more weight in this section here if you want. I think we can do that, definitely.
Very cool.
It's going to look a bit more mullety then, but like, yeah, I think it's going to look nicer. It's just your hair is very, very straight, so you don't want it to like stick out too much and stuff. Have you got any plans this evening?
This evening, no plans actually. I'm happy to be in bed early.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What about you? Sorry, do you have plans for the weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah.
Well,
You were in Dresden, no?
last weekend.
With your fiance.
Yeah, it was a flying visit, yeah, where we went to get our So we was out because we've got a friend here from Berlin, from Australia,
Okay.
and she wanted to go to Elsa Club. There was a nice party on there.
Yeah.
And then when we was at Elsa Club, my girlfriend in the week, fiance, sorry, in the week, you'll kill me, myself. And she got a gig in Dresden. So we decided she was like, can you come with me to Dresden, which is 2-hour drive from Berlin.
Yeah.
So I got on a bus at 11 p.m. to Dresden.
Lovely.
And she closed at this event at, I think she played 3 till 6 or something.
Crazy.
Or 4 till...
Yeah,
she's trying to do it as full-time as possible. You know, she's still working on the side as well, but like she's getting more gigs now, so she wants to obviously do it quite a bit more full-time. It seems to be going all right. So yeah, we was down in Dresden, but I was in Dresden from 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. So I didn't really get a chance to see much of Dresden.
Yeah, I see.
But it seemed very pretty, what I saw of it, you know?
It is actually, yeah.
Yeah, it does look really nice. I'd like to actually go back at some point.
Nice old buildings there, like also the Semper Opera.
Yeah, and the museums look amazing, and
there's the military museum with the Daniel Liebeskind, like newly built parish, and on top of it, it's crazy, yeah. Yeah.
They've got a lot. There was a guy who was with us, and he was like a professional ballet dancer, and they've got the ballet apparently down there a lot of. And I started looking at all these places when they do the opera and the ballet and all this sort of stuff. And it's got a lot of history. The history of the place is fascinating. How obviously it was totally destroyed in the war, and then they only had enough money to like rebuild half of the city. So on one side of the bridge, it's not. It's like sort of very font still. And the other side is like all built nice, but it's all like fake looking and stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I've seen on Instagram that my friend Nina is following you, and I asked her if she knew you, and she was like, yes, she knows you and your girlfriend, and they actually called their dog after her, like Nina.
My dog's called Nina.
And she said, your dog's only called Nina because of my friend. Is that true?
Maybe we said that to her when we met her.
Oh my God. No, because she was like, your fiance said, oh my God, Nina is such a beautiful name. I want to name my dog like that. But I'm not sure if the story is like, she said it's true.
Well, I can't remember that exact, but for the camera, yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's why we called her Nina. Yeah. I remember at the time we was like, oh, what should we call our dog? And we're just coming up with loads of names. I actually can't remember why we called our dog Nina. But
maybe it's
whenever we was out, we were like, oh, that's such a cool name. Let's call her Nina.
Yeah, Martin fell in love with her.
That's nice. Berlin's so small. We got so many mutual friends.
Crazy. Also here, Polly Poppers. I mean, it's not for a camera appropriation.
Yeah.
Polly Poppers. I don't know her. I don't remember her proper name. On Instagram, she's called Polly Poppers. What's your name?
Polly Poppers?
Yeah.
What, are we mutual friends as well?
Yes, and she was on you posted her actually on your birthday.
Whose birthday?
On your fiance's birthday. You were on a boat.
Oh, yes. From England?
Yes.
With the blonde hair? Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's funny, yeah. That boat was so much fun. It was me and 9 girls on the boat. Yeah, just me and 9 girls. It was on a Thursday in the week, and most people were working, but Thursday's my day off. Yeah, it was her birthday, and she got some friends over visiting. Some of her friends work the nightlife. Yeah. And they came, so it was just me, and I was like, yeah. I was sort of driving the boat, but also enjoying the boat as well.
Yeah, look at you guys having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I made a video and I put it on online of me on the boat, me and Captain and all these girls like all dancing in their bikinis, and like social media took it down, like TikTok took it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean TikTok hates nudity.
TikTok hates nudity, and it was so funny actually. We was driving this boat and we had a jacuzzi on the boat, and we were going past, and like we'd go past like couples on the boat, and like the guy would be like pretending not to look. And the woman was like watching us go, and they're like, girls like, woo! Oh my God. It was so funny. Jealous, yeah. And he's like, oh, what girl? What? How's the hair looking?
I like it. I love it.
The length's looking okay.
Yeah.
Sides. I'm going to show you the back at a sec. I just want to kind of give it a little bit more texture.
Yeah, nice. With pressure. Because at some point, it's really giving trailer park. I really.
I kind of like it though. You know, when it gets like really long at the bottom and it like really curls under the height.
Yeah, but then I have like a lot of weight of
Yeah.
hair in the back, and I barely have weight in the front, so it kind of looks off the proportion.
Yeah. No, but I think it's looking nice. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of something in there. I'm going to put in a bit of paste just because it's quite matte looking. And with your hair, it's like fine looking in places. So it's nice to use something like matte, like a paste. It doesn't look too heavy.
I think we also have that.
ADH dry. It's good stuff. We get it in from America because it's like one place I've seen it in Europe. But, well, in Berlin, definitely. So yeah, giving it lots of texture at the bottom. Nice and messy.
Yeah,
So it's
it's
still got the length,
Yeah, but
but it's
layered.
more layered, you know, like
Nice.
this is much shorter now. And I'll just nicely fold under the hat and then
Cool.
tape it on the sides.
Love it.
Good?
Yeah, nice.
fine.
Very nice. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, and appreciate you coming on to this.
Second episode.
And do you want to say the name? What's the name of the business?
The name of the business is Rund.
Rund. Okay.
So German, very short. We were basically looking for the main name that's like as short as possible. So it's Rund Biomodular Design.
Rund by modular design.
Website is rund.bio.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put it in the description. And hopefully I'll put the social media in the description as well. If you've got that sorted.
Oh, Matt, I hope you can get something together out of the things I stumbled.
No worries. No, it's all good, mate. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for
Nice.
coming on.
Thank you
No worries, mate.
for having me
I'm just going to stop
here.